Hi, my name is Brandon Ceballos, and today I am presenting my persuading speech. Thank you for my audience that I have today. So I have a couple of family members and friends that came and help me out. Thank you for your support, which is very great. So, what I want to share with you guys is that why not to get a hair done from a non-professional hairdresser or a cosmetologist. And specifically, cosmetologist is a person who does hair, skin care, nail care. Why is that important? Because in today's cases, and as you can see it, I'm gonna show it on the screen, is we have a couple incidents or accidents, or I don't know how you wanna call that, where people who went to get a non-licensed hairdresser ended up going and getting a haircut, got a bad haircut, whether it's a female or male, end up being the same thing. Or other situations that happens is that a person who went to get like their eyebrows done. If you look at on the slide that I had in there showing you, it happens that one of them went to get waxing from non-professional, non-training, no license, in this case, cosmetologist or esthetician, went and get the service, and what happens is that they ripped off the skin and they burned their eye. We have other situations that you probably have seen that is that there was not long ago, about a year ago, of a TikTok where one of a person went to get their eyelashes done at somebody's house, no license again, and end up actually even beaten by their chihuahua, which became like a national news. So what makes it will work for a very unprofessional person is that they do not have the proper training. They're not having like a very sanitary areas. And sanitation plays a major important part. As you guys know, during COVID-19, one of the things how we found out that COVID ended up coming to California is that it went to a salon in San Francisco. This lady went to get her nails done and how ended up transferring the bacteria one from another one. How that happened is because they were like right next to each other. We are touching people. The difference between a trained cosmetologist or a person who works doing hair is that is going to train themselves because they're going to be practicing safeties that they are super important. Safety like washing your hands. All of us, we know that we have to wash our hands, making sure it's clean. Another important thing is that the use of chemicals to make sure that we are going to promote sanitation and disinfection. There's some salons that they are using today equipment like an autoclave. And what's an autoclave is the same equipment that is being used in a hospital. So that's very important to all of us. So what's important about it is that there is a comparison list that I have provided to you guys, is that what makes a difference. You can go to an unlicensed person, go to their house, and you're probably gonna get a haircut for $10. But God knows that, I don't know who's gonna really provide that you are doing the right thing. But one thing that happens is that I go in somebody's house, you are playing your chances that you might get probably lice. What is lice? Those little animals you put on your head. And I don't think nobody wants to have that. Some people, they do not clean their brushes. They have brushes like they're very filthy. Or we have like equipment that they went to get a manicure, for instance, too, is that they ended up getting a manicure and they ended up getting fungus. Or they ended up getting like athlete's foot on their feet because they have somebody who was negligent. They don't know what the rules are of sanitation, especially in the state of California. So that's very important to you guys, is that what are you exposing yourself to that? Yeah, you can get a cheap service, I do have to agree with that. But at the same time, you're also gonna get in a little price, and the price that you probably is gonna cost you more going into the hospital. So I give you the comparison list. Now, why will I go into a professional licensed cosmetologist or hairdresser? I know if I go to professional, you're being protected by the state of California, the law. The law itself, which we have rules and regulations, number one. That's very important. How is going to provide that? That in order for you to be licensed in California, you have to get the proper training. What is the proper training? Go to school, complete the required amount of hours. How many hours you have to complete? It's about, for a cosmetologist, 1,000 hours, a barber, 1,000 hours, an esthetician, 600 hours training, and also a manicure is 400 hours. I know it sounds a lot, but at the end of this is that gives you that opportunity to be able to be trained professionally. Besides that, you're going to open your own business. And I know you want to open a business. we see like different salons that they hire people, not licensed people. And guess what happened? They're giving you all those diseases, and which is like, I think is very, number one, unprofessional. But I think on the other hand, I would say disgusting. I don't think that none of you woke up this morning and say, you know what, today is my day, I'm gonna get my hair done. And today, if the hairdresser, that I'm gonna go to her house, I'm gonna save money, and guess what? I'm gonna get, besides that, probably a ringworm on my scalp. Anybody ask for that? Exactly, nobody asks. I'm not interested on that. What about like getting like at least food because you went to get a pedicure or fungus on your nails? You don't want that. So sanitation is a very important thing. And that's the price going to a unlicensed person. And there is so many here. There is so many people who work from out of their house, and they promise you that they do the best job ever. But we have stories. And not just that, what is the consequences is that you can have a lawsuit when you don't have a license. And besides that, besides like being a business owner, it's illegal to hire somebody without a cosmetology license. What's going to happen to that? I think it's about $1,500 citation. First time, second time, and third time, that's when you end up going to they revoke your license in California. So for a business owner, is it worth it? No, even though it's your family member, your friend. Do not hire somebody with a license. Today you can report it. There is a website that I'm providing to you. It is a barbercosmo.ca.gov that you can always report them, and you don't have to report your name. That's why the consequences, liabilities are very important. As a conclusion that I recommend you is that what are the situations? Don't go with somebody on license. Number one, go with somebody who has a license. Number two, make sure that that person has the proper training. And you can always go on their website and make sure that the salon has a license that you are going to. Make sure that the salon, the people who are working in there, they do have a license and they are following the proper procedures. Very important. Don't forget, this is your safety, and that's our safety. I'm also, besides that, one thing that I do, I'm also a cosmetologist, and I work in this industry. And that's how important it is for me to make sure, and also as a business owner, I have to make sure when I hire somebody, it's gonna go in the proper way. Yes, the prices are way a lot higher, but that's what makes the difference. Proper training, cleaning, license, and good work. That's the best part of it, you know? So then I will invite you to come to our place, which I'm not promoting my business either, but I'm promoting that, making sure that do not go to a unlicensed person. Thank you very much. And any questions, just please feel free to, you can always reach out to me. As I said, Brandon Ceballos. But also, any questions, you can also go into the Board of Cosmetology, which is, the website is barbercosmo.ca.gov. Thank you. Thank you for coming, audience. I really appreciate your time.